Once upon a time, in an ancient village, there was a young man who lived with his parents. His name was Odumma. He was called Odumma because he was the only son of his parents, but he had other three siblings who were girls. Odumma was very lazy. In fact, he was not even bothered about his laziness. Odumma wakes up in the morning, eats, sits under the mango tree in front of their house all day, watching people go about their businesses and gossiping with his friends when they came visiting. He knows the latest happenings in town. He was busy minding other people's businesses and paid very little attention to the fact that he was becoming a nuisance. Oduma's parents cared so much for him as a child. In fact, they spoilt him silly with everything he needed. He never did any domestic chores nor followed his parents to the farm. Instead, the girls were made to do all of that. He was pampered so much just because he was the only son. While his mates were busy working and making money to take care of their parents, Oduma was busy feeding from his parents. He depended on his parents for food, clothes, and practically everything. People always look at him as a good for nothing young man, and some will shake their head and say, "Oh Lord, may I not have a son like Oduma." Frequently, Oduma gets into fights and arguments with people, and none of these arguments or fights would end without anyone calling him useless or good for nothing. He hated those words. In fact, he hated the fact that they had to compare him with his friend Ejike, who had become very successful. Oduma liked a particular girl in the village named Ozioma. Ozioma was a very beautiful girl and well behaved, and everybody in the village liked her. And so one day, Oduma saw her coming back from the village river and walked up to her.
Let me help you carry your water pot.
He offered. "No, thanks. If you wish to carry a pot of water, hurry down the stream. Your mother has gone to fetch some water from the village stream. You should go and collect the water pot from her."
I have been meaning to tell you something. I really like you a lot, and I want to marry you if you don't mind. I see that you are a very good girl and very hardworking too. Let me know what you think about my proposal.
Said Oduma. "I appreciate that you want to marry me, but tell me, how will you take care of me when you are not doing anything to help yourself, or how people see you? Everyone thinks that you are useless and good for nothing, and I don't want to marry someone like that. One day, when you change, then I can consider your proposal." Ozioma replied. Oduma was very sad and watched as Ozioma continued down the road. Good for nothing, useless. Those words resounded in his head. That night, he could not sleep.
What can I do now? I need to change. I no longer want to be called useless or good for nothing.
He thought. He stayed up all night thinking. Then a thought came to his head.
Yes, I will go to the powerful old witch doctor in the middle of the forest. He is very powerful to make anything happen. In that way, he will make me useful and good for something.
The witch doctor is known all over the village to be very powerful. Some even say he could be a spirit being for living alone in the middle of the forest amongst animals and different kind of things. The next morning, Oduma set out very early to see the wise old witch doctor.
What
What
has
has
brought
brought
you
you
here,
here,
my
my
son?
son?
The witch doctor asked.
I have come in peace, wise one. I am so sad. I don't know what to do, but I know you can help me, wise one. Everyone thinks I'm useless and good for nothing. And I have come to ask that you make me useful and good for something for I know that you are strong and powerful and can do anything asked of you.
Well said, my son. Why don't you change the situation yourself? You have two hands, two legs, and you are a complete man. Why don't you go back and work very hard and change the situation yourself?
said the old man.
Ha, wise one, that will take a very long time, and if you can do it, why do I need to struggle? I have very little time, for I have seen a woman that I wish to marry, but I must be useful and good for something before she can say yes to me.
Alright, the old man said, and went into his inner shrine. He brought out a clay pot, covered, and gave it to Odumma.
Take this pot, my son. Take it home with you. Keep it very safe. And wait till sun goes down tomorrow. Then go into your room alone. Lock the door and open the pot. You will understand the rest later when it happens.
Thank you so much, wise one.
Odumma said excitedly as he took the pot from the old man and went on his way. Midway into the forest, Odumma became very curious.
What could be in this pot?
He thought.
And why do I have to wait till tomorrow before I can open it?
He battled with his thoughts and finally he decided.
What difference does it make if I open it today or tomorrow, here in the forest or at home in my room? And now the sun has gone down, as advised by the wise one. Let me open this pot and become useful at once.
He immediately opened the pot and suddenly there was a great flash. Odumma began to transform from his leg and began to grow into a very big tree. By the time the transformation was completed, he had become a very big tree. The old wise wizard saw what had happened from his shrine. He felt really bad for Odumma. He warned him. He gave him an instruction, but he did not heed to any of it. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please like this video, share, comment, and follow my page, guys. Bye bye.